Canada's crime wave just got worse, is what I would like to say. The problem is the crime wave is now becoming a consistent trend of something we are dealing with all the way across the country. And of course, it is due to liberal policy starting at the federal level, making its way to provincial, all the way down to the cities and the townships who are not allowing the police to do their job because they're arresting criminals, and then they're back on the street basically same day. They're on a first name basis with half of these criminals because they just keep being released. And then on top of that, Canada is seeing a major spike in asylum seekers. And we know that a lot of them are probably asylum seekers who are really just economic migrants coming to the country looking to fast track and jump in front of the immigrants who are doing things properly. We have a lot to talk about in today's video. Let's get into it.
I'd like to start by offering my condolences to the family and loved ones of Brianna Broadfoot, who, a 17-year-old beautiful girl from London, killed by someone who had already been arrested, but for reasons I don't understand, was released to carry out domestic violence on her again. She is just the latest victim of the radical NDP wacko catch and release justice system, or I should say injustice system. Allows the same repeat violent offenders to go free again and again. Justin Trudeau and the NDP told you all that it would work.
Yeah, and the reason he keeps bringing up NDP in particular is, as you guys know, I live in London, real estate agent here, but the point is, London, I don't know why, is such a heavy NDP city. I don't know what's going on, but let's just remember, we got to put a face to this name, right? This is her. This is a 17-year-old girl who was just murdered, unfortunately, by somebody who was arrested for already strangling her and released. And look what happened. So, yeah, great work.
That all these so-called experts agreed that freeing criminals onto the street 50, 60, 70 times within hours of their latest arrest would somehow make us all safer. Most Canadians thought it was wacko, and they were right. Today, the data is out from Stats Canada. Data released moments ago show that violent crime is up 50% after 9 years of Trudeau and the NDP Liberals. Homicides up 28%. Sexual assaults 75% higher. Violent firearm offenses up 116%, more than double.
So one of the other arguments I always see from people, well, the baseline stat was already pretty low, so it doesn't take that much. I don't care. Is it a number you want going up? No, it's not a number you want going up, regardless of baseline stats.
Extortion up 357% as small business owners get letters telling them that if they don't pay $1 million, there'll be a bullet flying through their 6-year-old daughter or son's bedroom window in the middle of the night. That's what's happening on our streets. Auto theft.
We all know the communities involved.
Up 46%. This is the direct result of NDP Liberal catch and release policies that turn the same repeat offenders loose on our streets again and again and again. Just last week, we saw a story of 18 offenders charged with 150 crimes. 9 of them were already out on some sort of early release, and since their arrest, 6 of them have been released again. And what do you know? They're out doing more and more crime. A very tiny group of criminals doing all the crime. Even the Justice Minister has had his car stolen 3 times. Incredible. You'd think the criminals would be somewhat grateful that he keeps releasing them. But no, they steal his car too, and he is too dense to figure out that they should be locked up.
They were, like you said, 6 were released essentially same day on early release, safe release, whatever it was, saying like, oh yeah, these guys who are basically one of the largest crime rings that we just caught in the last few years, we'll just let them out same day. They're not going to do anything wrong. 9 of them were already arrested previously for violent crimes, gun-related crimes. Yeah, they're probably going to be fine. You know what? Actually, they probably got a lot of good, healthy work to focus on.
This is the same guy who said that crime wasn't rising, it was just a perception. He said that Canadians were just believing crazy conspiracy theories about crime, and that the smart people who stare at screens and look at spreadsheets knew better. Well, now the spreadsheets are out, and they confirm that catch and release, wacko NDP Liberal policies have caused one of the worst crime waves in Canadian history.
So I think we're all kind of done with the gaslighting that's happening. And I hate the term gaslighting. I think it is overused, but watching what is said to us by the media, by the government, even in the local level now, some of the stuff you're seeing, like, all these people, oh, there's no poop on our beaches. That's what some of the local people are saying. Well, everybody's seeing it. We've got it documented. I mean, Rebel News just did another video on it. Like, there's all sorts of things where they're like, yeah, no, that's not happening. You're crazy. But you hate gaslighting. Like, it's just, I don't know. I can't get over how frustrating that is to have them constantly lying to us. And then we're like, yeah, we don't trust the experts anymore. And they're like, why not? It's like, you guys have constantly lied to us. But let's get into this next thing about asylum seekers, because this was also very frustrating to watch.
The laws of Canada.
It's a moment millions around the world dream of.
Congratulations, you're now Canadian citizens.
And a new record number of asylum seekers are willing to risk it all to come to Canada.
Canada can't really control the number of folks that are coming in and making claims.
What are they risking if they're asylum seekers? Like, what is the risk? If you're fleeing and you have to come to Canada as an asylum seeker, what are you risking? I'd like to know.
For refugee asylum.
Those claims reaching record numbers in June. Over 18,000 people sought asylum in Canada, according to the Immigration and Refugee Board, increasing the backlog of claims to nearly 220,000, a whopping 291% increase over the past 2 years.
291% increase. 3 times. Does it have anything to do with the fact that we allow almost all of them in? Does it have anything to do with the fact that we don't really do any background checks? That we just go, yep, you showed up at our border, you made an asylum claim, you're in, dog. It's like an open door policy. And the other thing is, guys, when we talk about our immigration numbers with the 500K goal, that's not included in this.
Long-term trend, not expected to change anytime soon.
I don't think Canada is ready for any more numbers.
Nope.
I don't think Canada is ready for the numbers that we have now.
The federal government has made major immigration policy changes, but the situation has continued to deteriorate. Since Roxham Road in Quebec was closed in March 2023, the refugee backlog has jumped nearly 135,000, and nearly 70,000 asylum claimants have come to Canada since this February, when the immigration minister suspended visa-free travel from Mexico.
Most asylum claims from Mexico are either rejected by the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada or withdrawn or abandoned by the applicant. And so a change was needed.
I'm not saying that people don't go through a lot in Mexico, but Mexico over the last few years has actually had a pretty strong economic growth. A lot of their cities are developing more, all these things. So how can we have that large of a number of asylum seekers who are in that level of danger that they need to come to Canada to seek asylum when they're growing and things are trending positively? Like, a lot of it, as we know, it's just economic.
60 and 70% of applicants are granted refugee status, a process Mark Miller has tried to speed up by providing nearly $750 million to federal agencies like the Immigration and Refugee Board. But it's likely to only make a dent in the issue.
I would think they would have to increase their number of decision makers threefold beyond what they have now.
And it's not just the IRB needing help. Provinces and cities have asked the federal government for billions to house and feed refugee claimants.
They're dragging their heels. We're having to beg them every day for funding for the asylum seekers.
Provinces may...
That's what makes me so mad when I see a conservative leader like, Doug Ford's not a conservative, guys. That guy frickin' sucks. But anyways, their logic on all of these government policies is always, hey, I keep banging my head against the wall and it hurts. You guys need to send us a helmet so I can continue to bang my head against the wall and it won't hurt as much. Have you thought about not banging your head against the wall, guys? But that's just the way the liberal brain works, where it's like, no, my bad idea continues to not work and it hurts. You need to continue to find a way to make it work. And it's like, that's not how it goes. So it's so frustrating when I see, Doug Ford, turn them away. Not everybody is qualified to be an asylum seeker in Canada.
They need even more money if Donald Trump is reelected, Donna, with experts saying the former president's plan to deport up to 20 million undocumented people could lead to a flood of new refugee claims here in Canada.
Yeah, and that's not even including all of the international students who aren't getting PR and then are claiming asylum through international student pipeline, which is crazy. So, and then the amount that we would get flooding up, because a lot do come over the American border, would be nuts. It would be off the charts, and we just cannot absorb them. And then on top of that, most of them don't actually qualify. Yes, we should be able to take care of refugees. Yes, we should be able to take care of asylum seekers. But the problem is the majority of these people are not that. So thank you for getting this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Liking is a free way to help the video that actually helps the channel grow a lot. And have a great rest of your day.